Bum, 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 bum. Welcome back, my friends, to BjjBrick Quick. My name is Byron. I'm your host. This is your quick jiu-jitsu podcast. This week, you guys are going to hate me. Takedowns. Just kidding. You're not going to hate me. You're going to love me for this. So, recently, I've incorporated the Feet to Floor DVD. I say DVD. How old am I? Video series. I just have volume 1, and I'm lead with the main part of it. I really enjoyed it. It was very good. John Danaher did a great job with BJJ Fanatics. You could go online and buy this thing. I'm not selling it, other than I'm talking positively about it. But it really is a gift to the jiu-jitsu community who has been plagued with crappy takedowns. Yes, we have. We're not. It's not judo. It's not wrestling. It's something in between. Our takedowns are different. And John Danaher kind of lays out some fundamentals here and just a handful of techniques about how to do takedowns effectively and start with really no knowledge of what you're doing here. Like I said, it's BJJ Fanatics is the website. Online right now, it's about $197. I'm not sponsored by them at all. Years ago, I was offered a sponsorship deal or whatever, and they've given me some stuff in the past. But as of now, I just like this DVD or this video, and it was helpful. So I want to talk about it with you guys and maybe cover some stuff that was in there. Now it is hours long. I don't know if it's 6 hours or not, but it's probably in that range. So whatever I can tell you and help you out a little bit is a little shadow or a sliver of what's in this thing. And you can watch a preview of it online, as well. But for BJJ Fanatics has a lot of sales. If you time it right, you can get a pretty good discount on this thing because it is pretty expensive. But at the price of takedowns, a big part of your game, if it's weak or ugly, as I talked about last week, it'd be worth it. Let's talk about this thing a little bit. I'm just ranting here. So John Danaher did this, and he has some criteria he had when selecting techniques to show you guys, show me, or maybe even you. I don't know. The first criteria is he wanted techniques that were easy to learn, and he gave the example of throwing like you think of a classic judo throw where you turn 180 degrees and you launch that person. And we practice it, we train it, we do it, and then we go to spar, and we mess it up every time. Super technical, very hard to learn, very cool. It's very effective, but you got to dedicate years to do this on a skilled opponent. So he wants something that was easy to learn, something you could pick up, and within a few months or less, for me, I had or less, start getting success on similar skill level training partners. So that was one of the criteria. And he was also cautious of a roll through. And that basically means when you take someone down and they're able to sweep you immediately, or you do the throw and they re-throw you or they roll to get on top. He wanted takedowns that would result in not getting roll through. That's cool. I didn't really think about that, but there's a lot of times I would do a takedown and end up kind of losing the roll through and end up on the bottom, even though I started the darn thing. That was frustrating. Getting stuck underneath. Classic, you would think of like shooting in for a double leg and they sprawl, and now you're in bottom turtle and they're attacking you, or you didn't want to be there maybe. Like, okay, that's a criteria. He didn't want to teach techniques that you get stuck underneath. Neck exposure. So, obviously, this is the one. I'm a guillotine guy myself, and I like it when people do takedowns that expose their neck. The takedowns he shows are minimal, if any, really, neck exposure. And I'm thinking back, I've been training these for quite a while since I've been working on these, and I can't think I'm getting choked from initiating one of these takedowns or defending a choke. The next one down the list, let's see here, I got these written down. Back exposure. Okay, that's bad too. So you think of like the throws where you turn your back, or you might end up with an arm that is not defending your back to where, like an arm drag style, like you're just in the position to where they can hop on your back. These techniques don't have that. So That's a big deal. Belt exposure, I didn't really think about this one, but it's helped me a ton as a counter to the single leg. When you pick up a single leg and you're trying to take them down, if it's gi and I grab that belt, I'm usually pretty happy. As a person defending the takedown, I know as soon as we hit the ground, I'm getting a sweep off this thing, or at least I'm going to try. And it's been pretty good for that. So you want to minimize the ability for your training partners to grab your belt. It's central control of your body. Man, that's been fun playing with the opposite of that. So those are kind of the criteria that John had for selecting his techniques. We'll talk about some of the techniques throughout the week and my thoughts on those, and really just being a student of the game here. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 20 years. My takedowns have been, I think I probably had developed my takedown game within the first couple of years, and it's not been as fun for me. And I've left it back at the blue belt stage. I laugh because what am I supposed to do? It's messed up, I should have black belt level takedowns. And I have a couple, but with this, I have significantly enhanced my ability to take my training partners down, even the ones that are hard to take down. And I don't always win the takedown fights, but I'm fighting better. I have goals in mind. I'm defending things better. I like part of, I always say this, like, if you want to get good takedowns, you have to first not get taken down. So your stance is important, and knowing your grip fights, he covers these things as well. But I used to do, stand up and work takedowns and just really not get taken down. Be a defensive player, like the person who doesn't want to get submitted, but they're not really attacking much either. Like, that's kind of was when I get matched up with somebody who's better at takedowns than me, I just kind of do that. Now I'm trying to work one of my better angles. I love that ankle pick. We're going to talk about later on in the week. Anyways, this is a quick podcast, and it's definitely not a video, but I would imagine by the end of the week, if you haven't looked at this thing by then, you're not interested in takedowns at all. But so there's this like a multiple volume series. I just had the first one. I didn't bother getting the second or third. I'm sure they're good. I don't know, but man, the first has been so much content and just so much information for me to try to absorb and to start working and starting to see success early on. It's been nice. So it is, if you find yourself being frustrated with your own level of takedowns, this is a good way to kind of shortcut that. And you have one of the best minds in jiu-jitsu, picking some of the easiest things to learn, the most, reduced risk of when you do fail, you don't get punished for it, you don't get choked, you don't get your back taken, you don't get smashed. Anyways, and there's some free clips online as well that they have on there, but you can find those. That's about all I got. Like I said, this is not a sponsored podcast. I just enjoy this product. And if you want to support the podcast, you go through and go to Patreon and find me there, BjjBrick. Support me per month. Greatly appreciate that, my friends. Till then, hope you have a great day and stay sweaty.